Hi guys, Sarah Adams here, and I'm slouching so I can get to the video. See, I don't know where my phone stand is, but a lot of things are coming together right now, and I just wanted to bring these to the fore, mainly for myself, right? Because I'm an ascension historian. I'm here to capture this momentous time of this great shift from fear to love, from Armageddon to Cosmic Mother's divine timeline, right? So it's important when things come through, I'm like, I got to just get on there and talk about this. And I don't know how much battery I have, but I'm just going to go ahead and chat at you here. So we need to go back to May 4th, May 5th, that weekend, May 4th, 5th, and 6th. That was a super powerful weekend because the Christ Solar Feminine was able to harness, build a bridge to Holy Father and Holy Mother to conceive a potential that would come true at the geomagnetic storm the next weekend. So the next weekend, jump to the next weekend, which is like the 12th, 13th, 13, 14, 15. That's when everyone was seeing the magenta and the blue-green coming from the sky. It was just an amazing time. Now, we were connecting through that geomagnetic storm. We were connecting into the Vega star system. Now, our future Earth, in its ascended position, has Vega as the North Star. So this is like a huge key here. We're connecting to the Vegan star system through that geomagnetic storm. Now, what happened is a superpower was given to me, and I'm sure to all the other guardians on the earth, this superpower, and it's an incredible superpower. It's the superpower to take the substance of annihilation from Armageddon Future, which is currently being used in negative AI all over the planet, the wars that are raging, right? All of this is annihilation energy. And so normally the Christos would be completely disempowered by Armageddon energy. There's nothing it could do with it. But after that connection to the Vegan star system, we developed the superpower to be able to merge Cosmic Mother's divine holy energy from paradisical future, right? You could say Cosmic Mother and Cosmic Father's energies from paradisical future with Armageddon future. Absolute reptilian DNA gone mad. Black dragon, Omicron moths, just absolute Antichrist gone on steroids, right? So we're taking the energy that is our greatest enemy, and we gain the superpower to be able to merge that with the highest guardian frequency and turn it into, get this, a womb that can actually hold, because what do wombs do? Wombs make it possible to gestate a new life form. So we merged Armageddon Future with Cosmic Mother, alchemizing this polarity synthesis, this extreme polarity synthesis, to create something very usable for the Christ. That is, it created this holding tank. So it's the darkness and the light that have the power to create and, what would you say, delay the manifestation, because that's what a womb does. A womb allows you to put energies together that are not copacetic at all and build a new life form, right? So that's what it allows you to do. And so that superpower to use that absolute enemy force to create something that was going to totally propel us forward in the Christed timeline, which it did. As soon as we created that womb space, we created the trajectory for a higher alignment between Tara 5D and Earth 3D, which we saw come to fruition in the summer solstice timeline. So it's weird because here it is September and I'm only now getting the clarity of what was actually happening. And on May 5th, I got a spider bite. That spider bite has served as the alchemical womb to allow Armageddon, because part of my contract as an Indigo 3 is that I've incarnated into the worst future possible. And I brought that future back within my body so that my Christed genetics could transform and neutralize the trajectory toward that timeline. That's what an Indigo 3 does, right? That's what the ambassadors of Cosmic Mother take on Indigo 3 contracts, so they can obliterate those icky timelines by neutralizing them in their bodies. And so this spider bite was a huge thing. It created 3 different infections around its staph, something else. But my angels won't tell me. They're like, there's lots of things around that. And it's in the back of my right knee. It's been there for almost 6 months. October 5th, it'll be 6 months. And I've been like, when is this thing going to go away? Should I just go to the doctor and get a huge dose of antibiotic? Well, my angels that talked to me since 2009 through my friend, Pita, the Angels of Divine Grace, they said, no, Grandmother Spider gave you a gift. Grandmother Spider is enabling you to birth your vitality, and they said, when all of your power to generate fear neurotically in your body is gone, the bite will be gone. So it's like Grandmother Spider is like standing at the finish line. I represent the end of fear-based reality. This infection that's around me will go away when you no longer create fear. When Cosmic Mother is so fully embodying you that you live as love, as your baseline state, then I'll go away. That's basically what Grandmother Spider said. And every time I put clay on this bite, it enlists the forces of Armageddon. It is a total annihilation battle between the Christ and the Antichrist when I put clay on that spot. Right? Because I'm a micro to the macro, right? I'm the rising, one of the beings that's called an earth priestess, planetary priestess. We are ones who carry like really archetypal journeys that bring us into lockstep with the earth, right? That is what a planetary priestess does. And I have a few friends that are right there with me in this role. It's not a very popular role. It's not a very common role. A lot of people don't understand anything I'm saying, but it's important for me as an ascension historian to explain these markers, how that geomagnetic storm connected to Vega, which enabled us to merge Armageddon future and paradisical future, which enabled us to alchemize a holding tank for a life form of a totally new order, which catapulted us into the summer solstice timeline of the merge of Earth and Tara. So here we go. Right now we're going into the equinox. Like, what's the next level? This eclipse was freaking crazy. This eclipse gave me another womb wall that I transformed through the spider bite energies. So this eclipse enabled another transitional womb being created by the synthesis of Armageddon and paradisical Earth, right? Total love and total annihilation. Created a new element which served as a womb wall to hold for a higher life form. Well, that life form, that womb was only 1 day. I've done this a few times, and my womb is usually like at least a couple of weeks before the life form synthesizes. But this was a 1 day life form. So now we're hitting the ground running. We're going towards solstice. I mean, not solstice, equinox, right? And so we've had some super powerful X flares. I've been just reduced to rubble in my bed, basically. I went to visit my mom. She's like, leave your solar flares at home. Right, as if I could just like put them leave them at home. That cracked me up. Like, maybe if I were on planet Tara, I could leave them back on Earth. But no. You know? So Tara exploded like hundreds and millions of years ago. So when I talk about linking up with Tara, I'm talking about linking to the pre-fall timelines before Tara fell. Now, when Tara fell, when she was exploded, her body parts became our solar system. So you could say, well, how could our Earth exist when Tara's in the pre-fall timeline? I don't exactly understand, but it does. Somehow it does. We're coexisting together, Earth, Tara, and Gaia in their pre-fall timelines. And those are the timelines that will take us straight into organic 5D ascension. So I think the most important thing that I'm just wanting to record here is that our superpower to merge these absolute opposites of Armageddon future and paradisical Earth future came in when we connected to the Vega Stargate during that massive geomagnetic storm. And that's when I got my spider bite. So it's like literally the potentiated womb for the end of fear-based reality on Earth came in on May 5th. And then at the geomagnetic storm, we got the superpower to merge absolute, killer death with absolute benevolent love and create a third substance, which enabled us to hold a new life form and birth a brand new timeline. That's a new element in the periodic table, right? If we looked at the periodic table at the etheric cosmic level, this energetic synthesis of that superpower, it's letting us create a totally new element in the periodic table of Earth. And that's why it was able to, I don't understand exactly, but what it was used for, it was repurposed for a womb wall to contain a new timeline. A timeline that couldn't possibly exist right here, but a timeline that has to be held in a womb of becoming. And I don't understand half this stuff, but it's happening in my body. And then I'm receiving the downloads to its connection with the Earth's ascension, which someday we'll look back on and go, wow, that's what we did during that geomagnetic storm. And everybody will be like, oh my God. And I made a really funny video, which I'll put in the contents here, of exactly what it felt like to catch that flaming ball of burning hell from Armageddon future as Cosmic Mother and refashion it into a womb. And what that felt like. It was a crazy experience, right? It was like a football game where we intercepted the absolute worst timeline, and we took it and we created the timeline for us to run all the way into the end zone faster than we would have without that burning ball of shit. So we did it at the prevention of, we also did this at the pole shift prevention on December 20th, 2012. We took the energy of annihilation to destroy the Earth. And with the help of tons of different teams, we actually anchored in a much higher timeline than we would have had. So this infuriates the dark side. But at the end of the night, we're all one. And at the end of the night, when we're returning to oneness, all of the forces that we would call the most evil are actually repurposed to serve the highest good. And not only that, lots of times the forces of the highest, quote, evil are actually what totally are the keys to changing our timelines into the Christ. So it's really, like COVID-19 is a perfect example. The motherfuckers were attempting absolute annihilation of the human race. And what did we do? We intercepted that to connect to the God worlds. We used that to connect to the God worlds. And now the timeline of the Christos is returning to the Earth on light speed, when before it was kind of creeping along. So again and again, you're going to find this. At the end of the night, we take their moves on the chessboard and we totally use them to our advantage. And that's magical. Anyway, that's the story of geomagnetic storm, the superpower by connecting to the Vegan star system, and my spider bite. All right, bye.